you found a marionette, and not a dead donkey when you pulled me out of the water." "I laugh at your story," cried the man angrily. "I know that I spent 4 cents to get you, and I want my money back. Do you know what I can do? I'm going to take you to the market once more and sell you as dry firewood." "Very well, sell me. I am satisfied," said Pinocchio. But as he spoke, he gave a quick leap and dived into the sea. Swimming away as fast as he could, he cried out, laughing, "Goodbye, master! If you ever need a skin for your drum, remember me." He swam on and on. After a while he turned around again and called louder than before, "Goodbye, master! If you ever need a piece of good dry firewood, remember me." In a few seconds he had gone so far he could hardly be seen. All that could be seen of him was a very small black dot moving swiftly on the blue surface of the water, a little black dot which now and then lifted a leg or an arm in the air. One would have thought that Pinocchio had turned into a porpoise, playing in the sun. After swimming for a long time, Pinocchio saw a large rock in the middle of the sea, a rock as white as marble. High on the rock stood a little goat, bleating and calling and beckoning to the marionette to come to her. There was something very strange about that little goat. Her coat was not white, or black, or brown, as that of any other goat, but azure, a deep, brilliant color that reminded one of the hair of the lovely maiden. Pinocchio's heart beat fast, and then faster and faster. He redoubled his efforts and swam as hard as he could toward the white rock. He was almost halfway over, when suddenly a horrible sea monster stuck its head out of the water, an enormous head with a huge mouth wide open, showing 3 rows of gleaming teeth, the mere sight of which would have filled you with fear. Do you know what it was? That sea monster was no other than the enormous shark, which has often been mentioned in this story, and which, on account of its cruelty, has been nicknamed the Attila of the sea by both fish and fishermen. Poor Pinocchio! The sight of that monster frightened him almost to death. He tried to swim away from him, to change his path, to escape, but that immense mouth kept coming nearer and nearer. "Hasten, Pinocchio, I beg you!" bleated the little goat on the high rock. And Pinocchio swam desperately with his arms, his body, his legs, his feet. "Quick, Pinocchio, the monster is coming nearer!" Pinocchio swam faster and faster, and harder and harder. "Faster, Pinocchio, the monster will get you! There he is! There he is! Quick, quick, or you are lost!" Pinocchio went through the water like a shot, swifter and swifter. He came close to the rock. The goat leaned over and gave him one of her hoofs to help him out of the water. Alas, it was too late. The monster overtook him, and the marionette found himself in between the rows of gleaming white teeth. Only for a moment, however, for the shark took a deep breath, and as he breathed he drank in the marionette as easily as he would have sucked an egg. Then he swallowed him so fast that Pinocchio, falling down into the body of the fish, lay stunned for half an hour. When he recovered his senses, the marionette could not remember where he was. Around him all was darkness, a darkness so deep and so black that for a moment he thought he had put his head into an inkwell. He listened for a few moments and heard nothing. Once in a while a cold wind blew on his face. At first he could not understand where that wind was coming from, but after a while he understood that it came from the lungs of the monster. I forgot to tell you that the shark was suffering from asthma, so that whenever he breathed a storm seemed to blow. Pinocchio at first tried to be brave, but as soon as he became convinced that he was really and truly in the shark's stomach, he burst into sobs and tears. "Help! Help!" he cried. "Oh, poor me! Won't someone come to save me?" "Who is there to help you, unhappy boy?" said a rough voice, like a guitar out of tune. "Who is talking?" said Pinocchio, frozen with terror. "It is I, a poor tunny, swallowed by the shark at the same time as you. And what kind of a fish are you?" "I have nothing to do with fishes. I am a marionette." "If you are not a fish, why did you let this monster swallow you?" "I didn't let him. He chased me and swallowed me without even a 'by your leave.' And now what are we to do here in the dark?" "Wait until the shark has digested us both, I suppose." "But I don't want to be digested!" shouted Pinocchio, starting to sob. "Neither do I," said the tunny. "But I am wise enough to think that if one is born a fish, it is more dignified to die under the water than in the frying pan." "What nonsense!" cried Pinocchio. "Mine is an opinion," replied the tunny, "and opinions should be respected." "But I want to get out of this place. I want to escape." "Go if you can." Is this shark that has swallowed us very long? Asked the Marionette. His body, not counting the tail, is almost a mile long. While talking in the darkness, Pinocchio thought he saw a faint light in the distance. What can that be? He said to the tunny. Some other fish, waiting as patiently as we to be digested by the shark. I want to see him. He may be an old fish, and may know some way of escape. I wish you all good luck, dear Marionette. Goodbye, tunny. Goodbye, Marionette, and good luck. When shall I see you again? Who knows? It is better not to think about it. End of chapter 34.